Hey, we gained like 6 subscribers from the thing.
That's good.
All right, let me send it out real quick.
That's a pretty funny TikTok you made.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, I'm going to give it a second. Say what's up if you join. We're going to get started here in just a second. What were you saying earlier? You said you almost, well, I don't know if you want to say it on stream. You said you almost didn't make it because of what?
Oh no, I came home with just awful headache. Like felt sick, but now we're good. No, but on that sore app, I made a video where it's me and Stu at a Braves game, and we're doing all you can eat hot dog challenge.
Do what?
Yes,
Yeah, I got to send me some of that. I would like to. That'd be funny to post some of those. Can you? I wonder if you can post those to.
it's funny because in the video, Stu's like, "Hey, you need to pace yourself now. Pace yourself." And then he's got videos of like me winning like the gold jacket at the Christmas party, and dude, he made a video of I'd sent to you. He was like homeless. He's on the side like of Popeyes. He's like, anybody got some money? It's hilarious. It is hilarious. He's I'm trying to get that 2 meat special.
Can you hear every time I click the mic?
No,
So you can't hear. You can't
uh-uh.
hear that at all. Okay, just curious. All right. Anyway, if you join, we're gonna get started here. About another 2 minutes talking the playoffs. Preston will be here hopefully shortly, dealing with things in work. So if you do join in chat, say what's up. Anyone that joined the simulation, appreciate it. Had some great games the other night. Looking forward to do that again. Hopefully we can do that, finish that off Sunday and Monday before Christmas gets started. Yeah, get the games going. At least we'll have some of it. Excited for these first round games coming up. Some playoff games. Talk a little bit about that. Talk a little about some stuff going on, whatnot. But yeah. Trying to look at something. Did you never mind. I ain't worried about it. I didn't break no graphics, so it's all good. We ain't got no graphics, but it's no big deal. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start. Anybody that joins, you can go back and listen to it. We're gonna try to get out of here a little early because a lot going on. But anyway, appreciate it if you join. We're gonna start here recording. Say what's up. Yeah. Are you good? You dropped it.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Headphones, man.
Are they dying again?
Okay, no, I don't know why it made the noise, but I don't know why I did that. We're good. Go ahead.
All right.
Welcome back to C&BSports.
Oh, you didn't know?
Ocho Cinco, was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
Texas would never be back. I'm putting that shit on my grave. Horns down on my grave, son.
Clemson's back, baby. We're going to be the #1 team in a couple weeks. We're going to be 12-0. We're going to win the national championship.
That game ain't a top 50 game, man. South Carolina gonna go in there and they're gonna get de-spurred.
Shout out to the boys again, going another 4-0 on the parlay, hitting again. 8-0. We are 8-0 on the season. If you listen to the podcast, want to win some money, tune in. Go Tigers.
Woo! Cox by 90, bitch.
Roll Tide, roll. Yeah, RMFT. Roll motherfucking Tide.
Hey, how about it? Welcome back to the College Football Weekly Matchup. Playoff week. We got some big games coming up. The first round of the college football playoffs had some Heisman stuff go on, some transferring stuff going on, a lot going on in college football. Stuff for the end of the year, stuff for the new year, almost the end, and I hate it. I hate it so much. And NFL playoffs coming up as well. Just it's a happy time, great time to watch some football, but it also you also know it's coming to the end. So that's bad. If you do join it, we are live on YouTube. You say what's up in the chat. We're live on Twitch and YouTube, so y'all say what's up in the chat. Bryson here with us tonight. Preston hopefully will be here shortly. Bryson, how was your week?
That was good. Like you said, it's a great time and a bad time for football right now. Getting finally get to the playoffs, but also it's coming to an end. I was going to start off by saying this. I think Pavia got robbed. I think he deserved a Heisman. Now I don't agree how he's acting right now. Going to the club saying that F Indiana and F all the voters, and I think that might hurt his draft stock if any NFL teams are looking at him. I mean, that shows a lot of personality. Also, breaking news: we all know Assway is transferring from Florida. Looks like it's going to be LSU, Miami, or Baylor. Is what I'm hearing. And we're having a lot of people entering the transfer portal from us. I heard that the reason that he is leaving is because they had a team meeting with Summerall, Burt, our new offensive coordinator, Lagway, and they were saying, they were trying to push him, say, hey, you got to compete here. Supposedly, we're just not going to give you a start role. We want to see what you got. And I guess 12 hours later, he's out there transferring. But it's going to be interesting. See who we get. So there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of players up. I know your boy Raola, your favorite quarterbacks in the portal, C.J. Baxter. Also there's rumor of Baugh going to Texas and Baxter coming to us. I hope Baugh stays. I like Baugh, but let's see what happens.
Baxter's not a bad back though, so if you do get somebody,
I wouldn't be
too
mad.
bad.
I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too mad. Yeah, you mentioned some things there. Mentioned transfer portal. Shout out to Dylan Raiola's brother winning the high school football. I think it's 6A, maybe 7A championship for Buford last night. Watched a little bit of that game. Great game, coming down to a fumble. Buford over Carrollton, both teams undefeated. Fumble late in the game, they ended up winning. So
shout Lincoln County, they got screwed.
Yeah, everybody was on the Lincoln County getting screwed. So yeah. I didn't watch that whole game, but I did see the end of it there. To go, so they went back in that game. They went back and called that a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I mean, yeah, you can't go back and call that a touchdown. It's either a fumble or it's whatever you call on the field, in my opinion. Because it was close, but it was closer to a fumble than it was a touchdown. But anyway, you mentioned some things. Transfer portal moves. DJ Lagway, Dylan Raiola, C.J. Baxter, Cincinnati quarterback Sorsby. Also announced Arch Manning staying. To Texas.
Lenoris, I think Lenoris is staying.
Yeah, Lenoris.
It's like free agency right now. It's so stupid what college football has become.
Yeah, definitely. Do you see DJ Lagway bouncing back somewhere? Do you think he'll go to LSU? Maybe join Lane Kiffin? You think they want him?
I'm thinking LSU, Baylor, or Miami. Um,
I'm hearing a lot of Miami.
wherever he goes, he is going to get a bag. That's just how it is now. And I mean, I wish him the best. I mean, I believed in him. I was a big believer in him. I mean, he is a top tier quarterback in this league right now. And this last year, he couldn't prove it, and he got benched one game. So it's I don't know. Will was texting me. He's like, that's what they call a sophomore bug, and also he injury prone, and so we just wish him the best. But I wish he would have worked out. Me and Warren always said that. We saw a lot of Cam Newton in him, same size, built, kind of same style, scramble, dual threat, and wish it could have worked out. But oh well.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully they can get someone. Is there any rumors on who Florida's going to get at quarterback, or are your headphones messing up? Guess headphones are messing up. Yeah, not sure who Florida's going to get. I'm curious about that. You're echoing now.
I mean, damn.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear you. Anyway, no, I was saying any word on who Florida's going to go after for quarterback? Or who they got?
Pivo from Georgia Tech. I know Preston said something. Now there's reports saying that Florida's going to be looking at him. Alex
Gotcha.
Pivo, how do you say his last name?
Clay in the chat talking about Lagway says he sucks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Well, Clay probably had him on Prize Picks. Anybody that probably messed him up on Prize Picks, he's probably not too happy with now. No, I mean,
Shout
we'll
out
see.
Kyle
I don't think he's
Pitts.
all that either. I think but anybody is good. I think anybody that gets in the right, not anybody, but I mean, somebody that gets in the right situation can be good. Look at, for example, in the NFL, Geno Smith. I think he's not very good, but he got in the right situation, at least for Seattle, and he looks pretty damn good. He looked pretty damn good for a
Heinz
while.
King was at A&M. Went to Tech. Look at him.
Yeah, but he was decent. I thought he was decent before that. I know you didn't like him, but I thought he was decent before
he
that.
was not that
At
good.
least he showed some promise.
Yeah, he looked a whole lot better at Tech than A&M.
Oh yeah, I mean he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league this year at Tech. Anyway, Raiola, you talked about. Not sure what he's going to do. I think he'll probably get the big money too. I think he's got some talent. As much as I don't like him, people are saying he's going to go to Texas Tech and follow Patrick Mahomes.
Oh God,
I mean, seriously.
could you imagine?
I honestly, I bet you that's the favorite in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I know. He said that he doesn't try to be like Patrick Mahomes. My man, if you go to Texas Tech, you got the hair, you got the number, you got the sleeves. He'll probably tear his ACL on purpose just so he could be like him. Probably.
Yeah, well,
I
maybe he'll
mean,
probably wait till the NFL to do that. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, and then Cincinnati's quarterback, I think he's ranked number 1. Swarsby, he's pretty good. There. So I'll see where he goes. Saw he entered there, but yeah. You mentioned the Heisman winner as well. So I'm guessing you think. I know Pavia. I didn't agree with the way Pavia acted either, but
yeah,
you think. So you think. Mine's blanking. You think Pavia should have won it, and I'm guessing Fernando. I mean, only thing about Fernando Mendoza. I mean, he did lead. I mean, Indiana was good last year, but this is the first time Indiana's done anything. I mean, did lead them to undefeated season, whatnot. The number 1 seed, probably
I
first
agree.
time ever. I don't know. So, I mean, you can't give it to him. He did put up numbers, but if you're going based off just numbers, I mean, Vanderbilt was if they would have hanged on and beat Texas, I think he's your Heisman.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of Heisman, I think of all right, a player that puts that team on his back, that takes them. If you take that player away, that team is not. And I'm not knocking Mendoza, a great quarterback. Good them for Indiana going to the playoffs. First, what was it? First undefeated season I think they ever had, or something like that. Just like Genty last year. I think Genty should have won. You take him away, was Boise, you know. But
Yeah, and I mean, Indiana wasn't bad before with Rourke or whatever,
no,
but
no,
what's his name? Mendoza just kind of boosted him, got him over the hump. So That's basically what happened there. And I thought Saying deserved a little bit more love. I thought he had a lot of good games. I
Yeah.
know he did play it on a week schedule, but and a great defense. But I think he's going to be probably a future Heisman if he doesn't win it next year. But yeah, that's all there. Any other news? I know we talked. I know we talked about it last week, but have you watched the court case with
Mm-mm.
Oh, Preston's here. Sorry, I thought I saw something. Have you watched the what's up, Preston? The
What's up?
court case at all? Have you seen Sherman Moore in his cell? Did you watch? Did you see
I
that?
have not.
You hadn't seen it? Oh boy,
Wow, it looks rough.
you didn't see him in his jumpsuit and everything.
Uh.
Oh yeah, it was all over Twitter. They had him on his jumpsuit. He's
Oh, goodness
facing up to
gracious.
like 6 years. Yeah, surprised you didn't see that. Preston, you saw that, didn't you? Or he's probably getting ready. Anyway, but yeah, I mean it's wild. It's wild. You see him in his, and then I think he's facing up to like 6 years. Could be wrong. Number could be off
Mhm.
there, but uh, I mean it is pretty crazy. And basically what all they reported saying that happened, supposedly threatened with a knife or butter knives or whatever, and went inside the home. I mean everything that was thought that may have been, hey, maybe that's not true. Uh, but hey, it was all said in court. So I don't know. Anyway, Preston, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry for the delay.
Oh no, you're good. Well,
Some work popped off. I'm waiting on one more text message. So if I go black for a second, I'll be right back.
oh, you're good. We were talking. You saw the Sherman Moore thing with him in the jumpsuit? Did you?
I saw a photo of him in a jumpsuit.
Yeah, you saw him in the photo.
Like
Okay, so
AI.
you at least saw. I said that's wild. I was just saying that's wild. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Anyway, what'd you think on the Heisman? You thought Mendoza should have won it?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was the right winner of the Heisman. I mean, he definitely, he encompasses all of what you want for a Heisman winner. He's got a great personality. He's easy to root for. He's athletic. He's on a great team. He's played great all season. Now, if you look at the stats for this Heisman, related to Heisman's in the past, it's kind of a down year. But I mean, he definitely deserved it more than Pavia. I think I texted you guys a couple days ago. His whole stuff with Pavia, like I was a huge fan of him to start the season. I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to him, whether or not he, was really pushing hard, and I just didn't see that, or if he really turned it on at the very end of it. He's been really easy to pull against for recently. He really kind of turned the fans off.
Yeah, I mean he's was a 0 star in the past. I mean he grew. I mean having to play his way up a lot, and then now getting kind of a little bit too full of yourself, bud. Yeah, because I mean, and hey, tell you, you're a little small for the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be an NFL quarterback. So, in my opinion, reports were saying that I don't know how true this is, but it sounds. I mean, if you guys know the New York Jets, it sounds true. Supposedly, the New York Jets really like what they see in Pavia. It was probably fake, but wouldn't shock me. Would not shock me at all. But anyway, yeah. That's about it as far as that. Any thoughts on any transfer portals, Preston? We were talking about that. Okay, you got.
No, I mean, I think the biggest one that I think has hit us recently, especially Bryson has a tie to it. DJ Lagway hitting the portal. Then you got Philo at Georgia Tech hitting the portal. His offensive coordinator and a lot of their offensive staff is going to Florida. So the consensus is that he goes to Florida. Georgia Tech matched the offer apparently of what Florida offered, and he decided that he was still going to be in the portal. It's not confirmed that he's officially gone, but he's in the portal and he's gone. I mean, it is official almost.
Yeah, definitely. No news for Clemson or anything.
We had a starting linebacker, or no, a starting safety. He's leaving. I think he's got a lot of interest from Georgia. But besides that, no, for the most part, everybody's here. We did get Will Helt. He's going to come back for another year. He's going to play his senior year for us, which is huge. He was one of the bright spots of the defense. Him and Sammy Brown really kind of, carried us for the most part through the middle of the season. So it's good that we're going to get them two back for next year at least.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's hard. To be honest, I'm not a full keep up with the recruits and transfer portal as much as I should, but it's always interesting. But anyway, we're gonna get into the games here, and then we're gonna do a little. We'll pick who we think is gonna win it all because I have no idea what the plans are after this. We'll see what as far as shows and stuff for after or during the playoffs, just because of Christmas and whatnot. So we're gonna kind of try to pick our winner here as well. But let's get in. A lot of great games. A couple first round great games. A couple of them, I think we know what's probably going to happen. But anyway, the first game, probably the best game. We've seen it before. We saw Oklahoma win it. We got Friday, December 19th, 8 o'clock. Solo game. Alabama at Oklahoma. Bama favored by 1.5. Bama favored by 1.5, even though they lost this game just recently to to Alabama just recently. Bryson, who do you got in this one? Are you rolling with the Tide or Boomer Sooner?
Yeah, I love JR, but I'm going with the Tide here. It's hard to beat a team, I think, twice. I think hopefully DeBoer has a plan to come over this Oklahoma team. The only thing I say about Oklahoma is you got to get the offense rolling. I mean, yes, they beat Alabama the first time. The defense is back for Oklahoma, but if the defense plays like they have from the beginning of the year, and Mateer finds his groove like in the beginning, and that offense gets rolling. I can see Oklahoma winning this game, but I think the Tide turns it around this game. I got Bama.
Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite of him here. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I like the defense over there. I know it's hard to beat a team twice. I still, do you want to say something?
Oklahoma.
What about Oklahoma?
What you said the other night, Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah. Anyway, no, I mean, I know their offense has not been good uh, late in the season, middle throughout the season. Early in the season, Mateer looked pretty damn good before that injury.
Yep.
If they were playing like they were at the beginning of the season, I mean,
Oh yeah.
This team's a national championship team, in my opinion. Maybe they can get something going on offense. These last 4 or 5 games for Bama, I have not liked. I have not liked what I've seen in Bama. Ty Simpson's been bad. I wonder what his. I just probably going to throw interception this game more than likely. I mean, it's going to be a low scoring game. We saw in the simulation, Bama kind of controlled the game. What was it, 13-6 or something?
Mm-hmm.
But I could see that happening. I would take the under in this game, but I'm gonna ride with Oklahoma. Preston.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is really tough because you have to look at it. How Alabama played when they played Georgia, who I think is playing some of the best ball of all the teams in the playoffs right now. Oklahoma, they've struggled as well down the line, as you guys have mentioned. The surgery has really put Mateer behind. They haven't been able to pick up that magic they had at the beginning of the season. A lot of the Alabama side, where's Ryan Williams gone? He's kind of like fallen off. But I'm going to go with the team that I think, has a slightly better roster. I'm going to go with the team that I think is going to be able to overcome some of those and look to rebound from, the performance a couple weeks ago. I'm going to go with Alabama minus 1.5. I do think they get the job done. I think they win by about 3 here. I could see this being 3 to 7 point game. But I do think it's going to be an absolute just, defensive, struggle for a majority of it because I don't think their offenses are going to click, for the full 60 minutes. I can see this being kind of ugly for the first, 30 to 45 minutes and then, have a late score to kind of spread the gap a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think this game can go either way. If you haven't joined any viewers out there, yeah, Bama's favored by 1.5. I know. That's what we got. If you haven't joined, we did do a bowl pick'em. So anybody wants to join, it's just for fun. That's how we'll pick our bowl. Even though some people that's already missed the game, Bryson's having trouble because he don't know how to update the app. I guess I don't know, but we'll go by between us. We'll go by winning percentage, I guess, to figure it out. Hopefully Bryson can get in tonight and we'll count those games. But yeah, let's get into the next game. We got the next game going on. We said the last game could be the best game. This is probably my favorite game of the week. It was it was a great game in the simulation, coming down to a
Mm.
game-winning field goal. Miami pulling it off. Saturday, I hate it's at noon, but Saturday at noon, Miami at Texas A&M. A&M favored by 3.5. A&M, people said A&M was the best team in college football probably earlier in the season when they were, up there. Miami is so up and down. Miami's blown out some teams. They've struggled with some teams and haven't, they haven't had too many tough games, but when they've been on, their offense has been on, and they've blown out some teams. But Preston, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the team that I think is going to be, win this game. I think it's good. I think, like you said, I think it's going to be one of the greatest games, of the playoffs. I'm going to go with Miami plus 3.5. I like the quarterback. I thought, Texas A&M was one of the best teams, starting the season off. They kind of tapered off towards the end. But Miami I feel like they have that it factor. I really like their receiver, Tony, Carson Beck. I think they're going to be able to go into Texas A&M. I think they're going to get the victory. I like Miami plus 3.5 here.
Bryson.
I wish I didn't have to choose this game because I'm so 50-50 on it. Whatever you do, you take the over in this game. I think it's going to be a very high scoring game. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think it's going to be a shootout. Um, I think Miami has something to prove to everybody since they got chosen over Notre Dame. But I'm only going A&M just because it's home and that 12th man. That's the only reason I'm going A&M. I'm so 50-50 on this game, but it's going to be a great game, and I wish it's at night and not at 12.
Yeah, I don't know what the weather's over. The over under right now is 48.5. I know A&M's
Smash
defense has
it.
been pretty good, but I like the over. Miami, I think, can put up points. Give Carson Beck time. Carson Beck's one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Now, if you get him under pressure, he might be one of the worst quarterbacks in college football. But they have a freshman receiver, Tony. I mean, he's been very
Balling.
good. Say again.
He's been balling.
Yeah, been balling. Yeah, rookie, freshman wide receiver. And I liked Miami. I think Miami was a scary team to get into the playoffs. I think they're a scary team. And A&M has been good, but we'll see. Marcel Reed was banged up a little bit as well, and he hasn't been as great as he was middle of the season. So I'm going to go Miami here on the road, at least to cover. But I think it's going to be a great game. I think Miami pulls it out, though, in probably like a 38-35 game. Almost like, the game we saw in the simulation, Miami kicking a long field goal to win that. What a game that was. But, yeah, me and Preston taking Miami there. Bryson going to go with A&M. Let's get into
quick timeout. Did you see the press conference where they were talking about it and the Texas A&M players were saying that it wasn't going to be a challenge? Their Miami's run defense, and they said Missouri. We were told that was going to be a challenge and that we weren't going to be able to run on them, and we put 200 on them. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting to see how Miami responds to that.
So what they said, they were saying you were saying my.
Don't hear you.
Don't hear him.
Yeah, don't hear you. What he was saying is, A&M saying that they're going to pretty much run all over Miami, and they don't give a piss about Miami. So, how about we go to? I guess we'll go to the next game. I guess. Let's go. We're gonna go. Let me pull it. I'm sorry, I didn't know I was gonna be doing this tonight. All right, next game we're gonna go Tulane at Ole Miss. Ole Miss favored by 17.5. Ole Miss beating them the first time by 5 touchdowns. Preston, do you think Tulane can come back, or do you think this is going to be a repeat from what we saw earlier in the season?
I think it's going to be a repeat of what we saw earlier in the season. I think, they're now laneless. I think this team's got something to prove that, our coach isn't here, but we're still going to be able to compete. I think Ole Miss, is going to lay it to Tulane here. Congratulations for Tulane and JMU for being able to make the playoffs. You had a great season. Congratulations. You don't get to go to a bowl game to play a team that you can actually compete with. Now you get to go to the playoffs and get murdered. I don't understand why this is a consolation prize for them. It almost seems like punishment to have a good year to have to play these teams. I think Ole Miss covers the 17.5 here. By the end of the third quarter, I think they're a better team. They proved it earlier in the season, and they definitely got something to prove. And they got to get ready and get tuned up because the week after they got to play Georgia. So I think Tulane is going to get beat pretty easily here.
Yeah, I like Ole Miss here. Don't get me wrong. I would love for them Tulane to somehow and JMU to pull off a great upset, but I don't seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I agree with you 100%. I think we're going to see what we saw early in the season. They have something to prove. They want to say this, that Lane Kiffin. Just because you left, guess what? We're still trying to go all the way. I think all the players are behind Pete Golden. It keep everybody keep on saying Golden era. So I can't wait to see. Like I said, hopefully Tulane can pull it off some way, but I don't see it happening.
Also,
And
they won in this. They won in the simulation
they
easily.
well, what a great game!
Easily.
What a great game that was. I was telling Chris, I think what they should do, kind of like how they do in college basketball, they should have an NIT tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your JMU, Tulane, all your small schools have their own bracket, and then you could bring in Vanderbilt, Texas, Notre Dame. If you really want the best 12 teams, that I hate to say it. Congratulations, both JMU and Tulane, but you're not part 12 in the 12 at all.
Yeah, no,
So
I agree. It doesn't make sense. Like I said, congratulations. You had a great year. Now go get beat by 35
yeah,
in playoffs because these teams, the ones that are actually going to compete for the national championships, they're going to be, ready to go. They're loaded on both sides of the ball. They're not going to miss, and if they do miss, it's small, and your window is incredibly tiny. Like I said, congratulations to them. I would love to see Ole Miss versus Vanderbilt or Ole Miss Notre Dame. I think we'd have an incredibly competitive game. Let's fill the bracket out and have it better top to bottom. But as it is right now, Ole Miss, I think they're going to take care of business easily.
so next game we have is JMU at Oregon. I think it's either is it 21 and a half?
It is 21.5.
21 and a half. Once again, I just I don't see it happening. I think Oregon is going to run
Can
the
you hear me
table.
now?
Yes.
Holy shit. Hey, it wouldn't let me do anything. I couldn't even end the stream if I wanted to. I don't know what happened. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. So who'd
That's
y'all
all right.
taking the last game? What?
I said it was all right. Our moderator was doing all the work where he's good.
Yeah, well, who'd y'all take in the last game anyway?
Ole Miss.
Y'all both took Ole Miss. Yeah, I
Minus
just wanted to say,
half.
I as much as I wanted to take Tulane in that game, I don't think I could do it. I just don't think so. I know Tulane dominated or did pretty well in the simulation, but Ole Miss is coming to play. And Ole Miss is not coming up. I mean, I think they're going to want to play Georgia as much as I believe a coach matters. I don't think coach matters that much. As far as I think they're still going to be fired up. I mean, they're still got a lot of talent over there, and a quarterback that's came in who's led them there. Great team overall. It's not going to be no easy matchup for Georgia, I don't think either. Could be wrong, but yeah, I think Ole Miss definitely wins, and I think they cover.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was used to you moderating, but you know what? What game? We're getting into the JMU game. What were you saying, Bryson? Go ahead.
Yeah, so final game, we got JMU at Oregon. Oregon favored by 21 and a half. I just think it's going to be a blowout. We see in the simulation, I think it was 31-0. Um, I don't see it happening. I don't. I think they're just going to get absolutely punished. They're going to get run through, passed through. I mean, they're going to knock down the door and air it out pretty much. So give me Oregon minus 21 and a half. Preston?
Yeah, no, I think the simulation's very, very spot on for what we're going to see here. Again, just like the Tulane game, congratulations on having a great year. I think Oregon's one of the best teams in college football, incredibly talented on both sides of the ball. I do think Oregon's going to be able to handle business here. I think they win this game comfortably. I could see this being a 35-42 point spread. I think Oregon comes out hot and ready to go. and I don't think they lay off because of the point of the season where they are. I can't see Dan Lanning, as aggressive as a coach that he is, wanting to take his foot off the gas at all, and potentially lose any momentum that he's going to have going into the next round matchup, because he's going to have to play Indiana if they win this game. Or not if, but when they win this game. So, they're going to absolutely have to bring everything out, make sure they've got all the kinks worked out, everything's ironed, dot the I's, cross the T's. Let's get things taken care of. I could see them winning 35 or 42 points here.
Chris?
Not so fast. The Dukes are coming.
Wow.
To get absolutely murdered. 21.5 is not enough. Are you kidding me? Well, I don't know why this is only 21.5. I don't understand that. I thought it should be a little bit more. Didn't they just play Troy in a championship game, and it was a close game, if I'm not mistaken? Am I wrong about that?
I will check right now for you, Mr. Chris.
Or was that not Troy that played them recently? Did they not play in the champion? Maybe I'm wrong. Didn't they just play Troy in that championship game?
They played Troy, and they won 31-14.
Yeah, I mean, I know Troy's not a bad team. Troy just lost last night. Who'd they lose in that bowl game? But yeah, I don't think it's enough points, man. I think this could be in Oregon. I think this could be probably like a 48-7, 48-14. 52. I mean, I think they're gonna put it on them. Especially Dan Lanning. Y'all mentioned Dan Lanning. I think that's a big factor. They're gonna want to put it on them and they're gonna they're gonna want to put up as many points as they can, because that next matchup they're gonna have is probably not gonna be. They might not be able to put up as many points because won't they play Tech next matchup? Am I wrong?
Indiana.
Oh, excuse me.
No.
That game.
They play Tech. I misspoke earlier. They do play Tech. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, they're not going to be able to put up that many points on Texas Tech. So I think they're going to want to put up as many points as they can, and I think Oregon absolutely demolished it here. My lock, if I had a lock of the week, I know we're not going to do one. This would be my lock of the week. Oregon minus 21.5. I just don't think it's enough points. There's no way. But anyway, yeah. Tulane, on the other hand, I think Tulane probably could put up more of a fight, especially without the coach, even though I don't think they're going to. But yeah, great games, great first round. Like I said, we're not sure what's going to happen after this as far as what we're going to do next week. I know Christmas and stuff, everything going on. So we're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and see if we can fight our way through the bracket here and pick our national championship here. Kind of a what-if thing. And then, because we did the bowl pick'em. So if anybody wants to join the bowl pick'em out there, you can. We're just going to keep up with it that way. We may be back next week talking the second round. May not. We'll just have to see. Because will the second round be the next weekend or what?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go in order. So, yeah, we'll see. But, yeah, kind of wrote down the games here. So, looking at mine, my next matchup, I would have Oklahoma and Indiana. Both of you guys, you guys picked
Bama.
So in my case scenario in that game, I would have Indiana beating Oklahoma. In my opinion, I think either way, I think Indiana is going to move on in that next game. I know the bye week may mess them up. I know they had some tough games, definitely a tough game where they could have lost to Penn State late in the game. But I think Indiana comes away with a victory facing two teams that have had some struggles. Bryson, you would have Indiana playing Oklahoma or Indiana playing Alabama. Were you going to take Indiana in that game, you think, or who would you have?
Another toss-up game. But I'll probably edge Indiana in that one. I would like to see Bama, but I think they're a great team. I mean, I hand up accountability over here. I did not have Indiana nowhere close in the beginning of the season. And where they're at right now. And they proved to me that they're a great team. And, yeah, I would like to see Alabama just because it's SEC football, but I'm going to go Indiana.
Preston, you got Bama as well. Who would you take in that one, Bama or Indiana?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Indiana on that one, man. I think they're just a better team, to be completely honest. I think Bama, it's going to take a lot for them to get through Oklahoma in the first round matchup. I think when they play Indiana, I think Indiana is just going to be too much for them, to be completely honest. This isn't a normal Bama team that we've seen and come to know and get used to over the last the last 10, 15 years. We're in year 2 or year 3 in DeBoer. And he's not doing a bad job. I mean, it's tough to win anywhere, but it's tough to follow Nick Saban, but I just don't see them winning this game. I think Indiana They proved what they did versus Ohio State, and they played a very competitive game. They didn't make any mistakes. That's just when you're playing the level of defense that you're going to be seeing at this point in the playoffs. I think they're going to be able to execute better, and I like Indiana to win this game and advance.
Does anybody think DeBoer to Michigan's got any legs?
I mean, Michigan's got money. I mean, they can buy him out of his contract. It's not like a massive buyout. I mean, it's like 30 or 40 million, I think. I mean, is he the guy that they really want, though? I mean, I thought they might be going after I don't know who his name is. Which one is it? Well, I mean, they were shot down by BYU's coach, and he was like, "Nah, no, thank you, I'll pass." So I mean, maybe, but I don't see him leaving Alabama. I think he's going to be staying put.
And I'm going to reiterate. I know his health is not great. I know he hasn't had a lot of success at Colorado, and I wasn't his biggest fan. But I just don't understand why are some of these schools not trying to offer Dion? Maybe I just haven't heard about it. I just feel like, especially this late, why not get a coach that people might you might get a lot of recruits from. I just don't, and maybe I'm misthinking it, but I think Deion Sanders could be a decent fit there, but could be wrong.
I thought he originally was going to be the Florida State coach when he was leaving Jackson State. I thought he was going to be at Florida State, take over in Tallahassee for the last coach before they brought in the one they've got now. But I think this is going to be his last coaching, not only just because of health, but I don't know, what does he got to prove?
Could go coach the Browns as well. Who knows? Never know. I mean, I know he doesn't have NFL coaching experience, and he hadn't had the best success, but he did go to Colorado team who only won 2 games and led them to a decent season the next year, or the next, I guess, 2 years down the road. But yeah, I mean, I think definitely NFL jobs live too. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the next side of the bracket. I think we both had Oregon moving on, so we'd have Texas Tech versus Oregon. This would be definitely a tough matchup, a great matchup if this happens. In my opinion, I'm going with the defense. I'm going with Texas Tech. I like Texas Tech here. I know Oregon's look decent, and a lot of people looking for Oregon. Oregon's got a good shot, especially Dan Lanning, the more they got from UCLA last year. Got a great team, but I think Texas Tech overall, I think Texas Tech might have the – Texas Tech scares me, man. I think this might be, besides Georgia, probably my favorite to go all the way. Were you saying something, Bryson? I think it's headphones. Preston, who do you have in that matchup?
Yeah, I think Texas Tech's going to be it's going to be too much for Oregon. I definitely think they've got one of the most expensive rosters in all of college football. All season, right before they got all that own money that brought it in. I think they're playing at a very high level right now. That defensive line is really second to none at this point. And I think offensively they're going to be able to do enough to be able to win this game. I like Texas Tech to advance.
Yeah, we got Lego NASCAR in the chat. Dion is not a coach. What do you mean he's not a coach?
He's probably just talking about how he's more of like a cheerleader. Or
yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, could you imagine the recruits he's getting? That's all I'm saying. I mean, you don't
in Colorado.
You get enough
Colorado.
Yeah, you get enough talent. I mean, yeah, it matters about the coaching, but you get enough talent around you. You got the coaches. I mean, people want to. I mean, I think he'd be fine. People would make him look good, but yeah. I mean, you're probably right. He also said Texas Tech's being slept on. They're my pick to win it all. Yeah, if it wasn't for Georgia, I would have them. But yeah, Texas Tech's definitely a great team. Bryson, who would you have? Texas Tech, Oregon.
I'm going to make it sweet because my headphones keep dying. Texas Tech.
He would take Texas Tech as well. Last couple things here. Ohio State, Miami. That's who I would have. Preston, you took Miami or A&M?
I took Miami.
So you took Miami as well. Bryson, you took Miami too? Or no, you took A&M?
I took A&M, but I want Miami to win.
You want Miami? Bryson, who would you have? So you'd be the only one different there. You're going to have Ohio State and A&M. Who would you have in that matchup? Do you think Ohio State rolls either one or what?
If A&M wins, give me Ohio State. If Miami wins, give me Miami because I want that Georgia Miami matchup.
But do you think Miami really has a shot against Ohio State, or you just
It really depends how they play this A&M team. If they dominate them, I mean they mean business. I think that Ohio State Miami will be another great game, another shootout, in my opinion. I really want that Georgia Miami matchup bad.
yeah, much as I want it, I don't think it's going to happen. I think if A&M gets by Miami, I got Miami, but I think if A&M gets by them, I think A&M's got a better shot to beat Ohio State than Miami does.
I agree.
Uh, I think Ohio State's gonna beat Miami. I don't know, pretty comfortably maybe, but I don't see that Miami offense doing that well against Ohio State. But Preston, Ohio State as well. What you think?
Yeah, I don't really think it matters what team's going to play Ohio State. I think Ohio State's going to advance no matter what. I do have Miami beating Texas A&M. I have Ohio State beating Miami. It's going to be a competitive game. I could see, Miami, keeping it close to Ohio State, but I just think the talent and, the abilities that Ohio State has just on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, I think they're going to be, just a little too much for Miami to handle. They really haven't played other than when they played Notre Dame earlier in the year. Miami really hasn't played a team, that can challenge you on every aspect of the game, like Ohio State's going to be able to do. Really, the same thing with Texas A&M, but especially with Ohio State. I think they beat Texas A&M, very good, close game. They lose to Ohio State. I think Ohio State's going to, get the victory.
Gotcha. And then the final matchup in the semi or the quarterfinals, I guess, got Georgia, Ole Miss. Obviously, I think all three of us. I'm not sure. Georgia's my favorite team to win it all. Obviously, I'm a Georgia fan, but Georgia's been hot. I'm kind of worried about this game. Georgia played Ole Miss. Georgia beat them, but never know. I know last year Ole Miss got Georgia. I'm gonna roll with the dogs though. Hopefully they can stay hot. I don't like them having this much time off, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do. But I think they stay hot here and stay and beat Ole Miss. I think it's gonna be a close game though. Preston, who would you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ole Miss is they're gonna play great, but I've got Georgia, advancing this point. I think Georgia's the best team in the playoffs at this point of the year. I think their defense is back. I think Kirby's got them, lit up. I do agree with what Lego said. There's a chance they might be a little rusty coming off of it. I think it could be kind of a stalemate in the first quarter and a half, 2 quarters. But I definitely think that Georgia's going to be able to overcome those issues. I think we've seen it a couple times this year where they played Tennessee, and they played a couple other teams where they started slow. Auburn, especially Auburn and Tennessee started slow, and they got momentum at halftime, and they were able to win those games in great fashion. So I have no worries that Georgia's going to be able to get the victory in this one. Very, very good competitive game. I think Georgia wins.
Lego NASCAR in the chat says, I think the second round games are going to be close regardless because the teams who got buys might be rusty from not playing. I agree with that, definitely. And he also said Ole Miss is not beating Georgia without Lane Kiffin. Bryson, do you think Ole Miss has got a chance, or do you think Georgia's going to roll?
Oh, Georgia's going to win this game, no problem. But I kind of disagree with NASCAR right there. I think this team is more fired up now since Lane has left. I think they want to prove a point that why he shouldn't leave Ole Miss. All the players are behind Golden right now. They're fired up, but they're not fire up enough to beat Georgia. Georgia's going to win it all, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both of you guys. I mean, Lane Kiffin's a hell of a coach, but
I'm not
also,
knocking them. Hell of a coach.
hell of a coach. But also, hey, they're going to play fired up. But yeah, and then the semifinals here, we got Indy. I think we all got the same 4 teams. We got Indiana, Texas Tech. I think that's going to be another 2 great defensive teams. But I'm going with the team I've liked. I said I like besides Georgia. I think I'm going to go with Texas Tech I guess you want to say upset Indiana. Texas Tech to defeat Indiana and make it to the national championship. And I'll go ahead and say the next game between Ohio State and Georgia. Great game a few years ago. Came down, when Georgia won that national title. But I know Ohio State's defending champs, but I'm going to roll with the dogs there. I think we're going to see a Georgia Texas Tech national championship and see what happens there. I think that could be a great game. Preston, who do you have winning between Indiana and Texas Tech and Ohio State and Georgia? Who do you have making the national championship?
Indiana, Texas Tech, going to be a great game. I still like Indiana to win it. Recency bias, I think they've got the best player in that matchup. I think overall Texas Tech's defense might be a little better. And typically in big games like this, that is, what gets you to win. But I just think, I hate to – you can't calculate it factor, and that's what Indiana has right now. They have that momentum. The worst statistic team in college football history, Indiana. Absolutely. Look at their win-loss ratio, how long they've been playing football. They have a chance to compete at the highest level, win a national championship. I think they win this game. Great game. Indiana advances. Look at the other side, Georgia, Ohio State. We get a rematch of what we saw a couple years ago. Hopefully it does come down to another, high tense moment where it comes down to the long, like a 30 or 40-yard field goal kick to either win it or send it to overtime, or maybe, win it in overtime. Highly contested game. Two of the best teams in college football, especially all season.
Wow.
I like Georgia to win that game. I like Georgia to then play Indiana. And again, I think this is one of the best playoffs we're going to see and we'll ever see, honestly. I like Georgia to then beat Indiana national champions this year.
All right, Bryson, before you have a heart attack, who do you have winning Texas Tech, Indiana? Who do you have in the national championship game and winning it all?
I went headphones. Now the Wi-Fi's quitting. Tech, Georgia.
You got Georgia defeating Tech. Okay.
Yeah.
Georgia defeating Tech. We had a couple
I
people.
think that Tech and Indiana game is going to be a great game.
He just went back. I'm sorry. I think that Tech Indiana game is going to be great. Your Wi-Fi just went crazy. It was funny. Sorry. You had somebody Lego NASCAR in the chat. Georgia will beat Ohio State in a low-scoring game, but if not, the total score is above 30. Ohio State's defense is too good for Georgia to win a shootout, or above 35. Okay. Yeah, and I got Georgia defeating Texas Tech in the national championship. Worried about the game. Worried when Georgia gets Cincinnati. I think they could. Georgia needs to worry about getting by at least Ole Miss and Ohio State. But I think Georgia's the hottest team right now. I just don't like. I don't like having this much time off because Georgia's been hot, and I wish they would have kept playing. It's not much of benefit, I think some of these teams. I like the way Gruden set up the playoff to give everybody, everybody keeps playing during these times. But yeah, if you hadn't seen that, go watch the video where Gruden explains playoff. I thought it was very well. I liked his thoughts anyway. But Preston, who you got winning it?
Georgia.
Georgia over Indiana?
Yep.
Gotcha. All right, well, that's our playoff predictions. We all got Georgia winning the national championship. Unfortunately, hopefully they can. I know I've been picking against them besides the last couple weeks. Hopefully I don't jinx them. But, yeah, we may be back next week. We're not sure, just depending on Christmas stuff. If we're not, we gave our picks, whatnot. We'll be back at least another time for, recapping the college football season, talk a little bit NFL. We'll be live also Sunday, Monday night, more than likely, for the college football simulation. If you hadn't seen that, go back and watch it. I'm going to repost some of the games, try to cut up some of the games and post them on YouTube. So make sure you check that out, see who wins the simulation. We'll have that done before the actual playoff is done. But, yeah, appreciate you watching. Thank you. Lego NASCAR, he said, would be nice to see Tech, Oregon, or Indiana get it. We haven't seen a first-time Natty winner since Florida in '96. How about that? Yeah. I mean, it would be. Obviously, I'm a Georgia fan. Don't want to see that, but if anybody wins it, I want to see a first-time winner. I wouldn't be mad at that unless Georgia. I want to see Georgia win, but if not, first-time winner would Be cool. That'd be cool. But anyway, yeah, appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe on YouTube, download podcasts on Spotify, and we may be back next week. If not, we'll see y'all. And everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry
Peace.
Christmas. God bless.
All right. Appreciate everybody that was on the live stream. Appreciate it. Lego, NASCAR, Clay, Rick. Y'all make sure y'all come out Monday. We'll be live for the simulation. Peace out.
Sunday.
Sunday, Monday.